Hello, my dear brethren. I hope you're all doing well. And today I want to make a video to talk about teenagers, as I said in my last video, and the things that the Most High is concerned of in regards to teenagers. And He showed me visions of teenagers, more so to speak, black teenagers, and the fact that they are becoming more violent and aggressive towards one another, and due to a lot of rivalry. And obviously the fact that He's showing me this is not like for me to prophesy, because it's things that we already know of and that is taking place. But He's mentioning and showing these things to me because He wants me to highlight how much He is not happy with that, and wants me to bring awareness that these are things that has to be changed. And the main reason behind this rivalry, it is due to a lot of comparison, either from them hearing this from their own families, parents, or they themselves being used to be compare themselves with other black kids as well, which in return causing a lot of enviness and jealousiness, which becomes very ugly and many times even fatal. And this is something that we, speaking myself as in regards to black people, we need to change that for good. We need not to kill our own selves, but that spirit of Cain in our midst, that's what we need to kill, not ourselves. We need to learn to love our own selves and support one another more, and encourage one another to become better, and not feeling jealous of others' achievements, but find pride in that, because that's how we become stronger and stronger. Not stronger and stronger to come against people from other races, but to make even our own lands to become more prosperous. Okay, and this is the message that I want to pass in regards to what I was shown in regards to black kids, black teenagers, more so to speak. Then, speaking about teenagers in general, they are becoming very spoiled. There's a sense of entitlement. They're becoming way more laid back, and also engaging in sexual immorality at a very young age, as well as fraudulent dealings and toxic substances as well, which are the things that we are all aware of. But unfortunately, some parents have some hand in this, especially in terms of spoiled and entitlement, as well as laid back, due to, like in my last video, I was talking how some parents can be quite detached from their children at a very young age, but other parents as well are making themselves literally slaves of their own children, and putting their own children at a pedestal, treating them like kings and queens, not giving them any responsibilities, and giving everything that they want whenever they want, whether they deserve it or not, whether they even ask in appropriate way. Whatever the children want, they give, even though they might not need it. And we need to be parents that understand the level of balance, not being too detached from our children, but also not over spoiling them. And then the things that is making parents to behave or fearing to deal with these issues are due to parents seeing the children now being grown and stronger, probably even stronger than their own selves as teenagers, feeling scared to confront their own children about these situations for fear of confrontation with their own children. And so they're letting them go with all these bad habits and attitudes. Then another reason is parents also fear losing their child's appreciation for them. And this many times comes in regards to children becoming very manipulative towards their parents and comparing their own parents with other parents, and for example saying, oh, my friends have this, their parents give this to them, and this and that. And so the parents, instead of approaching the child in a proper way and say, do not compare me with other parents or other kids, it doesn't mean that your friends have it, you have to have it because my house, my rules. Okay? They literally allow themselves to be manipulated by their own children. And so the children keep getting away with this bad habit also. So another reason why parents fear to deal with this issue is because they also fear losing their own child due to some of these kids, these teenagers, complaining to local authorities like social services and family workers or something like that, even to the police. Okay, and they fear losing their children or even younger siblings due to that. And so they are still allowing children to get away with this situation, showing absolutely no strength in them having the power over their children and being the true leaders in the home, okay, in the houses. Another reason is also because parents simply don't know what is the best way to handle the issue, because some don't know which one is how to balance the situation, like in terms of how much is too good, being too detached or neglecting, or how much it is over spoiling. They literally don't have that balance in mind. So the question is, what is the best thing to do? The best thing to do for us as parents in regards to this situation, it is to set our boundaries from day one in regards to what is acceptable for us and what is not. And that has to align with our beliefs. And these boundaries has to be things that literally we let our children know that we aren't going to change our minds. And they are the ones who have to comply with them. Because even we ourselves have to comply with these boundaries too. It's not our rules, it's the rules of the Most High. As simple as that. So that our children are going to understand that we not only requiring them to do things, we are doing it our own selves. Okay? Also, we parents need to be, an example in all that we do, not being hypocrites about these boundaries, not saying don't smoke and we smoking, not saying don't date people that are not aligned with our beliefs and then we are doing so. Okay, because then it's just gonna bring confusion in their minds and automatically make them see us as hypocrites in their own mind, even though they might not say it, but they might think so, which automatically will make them to disrespect us. So it is important that we live by example, the same way as Jesus set example for us, and he never did nothing that he himself did not do. Then another one is setting and embracing realistic expectations about their future. And I'm saying this in regards to career, professions, and sometimes parents struggle to say to their children, because children, when we are kids and when we are young, we always want to have careers that is almost impossible to achieve. We need to know, or maybe they don't have as much gifts to be in those careers or follow them paths. So it is important that we help our children in the best way possible to understand whether or not it will be possible for them to engage in that career or in that future, and why. And not in a way that'll make them feel like fools, or that they are, that we are spoiling their dreams or anything like that. But it is important that we make them understand if it's possible or not. And also we should embrace if it's possible for us as parents to help them to achieve them dreams or not. So we should meet halfway, not because sometimes children become lazy when they come from parents that are very hardworking and do everything themselves, and children tend to become quite laid back. It is important that we as parents can meet halfway with our children, the same way as it says in the Bible, draw near to God and he will draw near to you. It is important that we make them understand the importance of meeting halfway. Okay, so the next one, it is important that we also let our children know of our relationship with the Most High, and that He can show us things about them anytime and also answer our prayers. That helps a lot, because they will respect that relationship and respect you also as parents. Okay, but obviously there has to be realistic, and I believe that if we ask the Most High to show us about our children, He will willingly do so. There's many times that we, even if we don't ask, He's still showing us if they are doing anything bad that we are not aware of, so as for us to caution them in regards to them issues, and in order for us to address it as soon as possible, because the more we leave it, the more it can become harder to change, or that bad habit can become more addictive, and then will make it harder to stop it if we leave it for too late. So it is important that, because you'll make them to fear us, and knowing that we are not on our own, but even God is with us as well, and that there is nothing that they can hide from us that we're not going to get to know. Or because nowadays children think that, for example, that they are very clever in terms of technology, and then they might be doing things online that we are not aware of, or there's no way for us to find out. They might even try to go out saying that they are going to go to college or high school or to meet their friends. They might be going, meeting other people or doing other things that are not good. And obviously, if they know of our relationship with the Most High, they know easily that the Most High can show these things to us. And that's why it helps a lot to have this bond with the Most High and letting our children understand that. At least for me as a parent, it does help a lot, and I appreciate the Most High for that. As well, it makes them to see how good it is to live in a godly life and have this capacity to have the relationship with the Most High, to reach this level of commitment. Because having visions and be able to have visions and having our prayers answered quickly, it is still a way of empowerment, great empowerment, and it inspires them automatically to want to be on that level of commitment with the Most High as well. But obviously, it will take being obedient child to reach that level. So not only obedient with us parents, but also with the Most High as well. And because teenagers also, another thing there that we should be dealing, the best way to deal with these issues also, especially when it comes in terms of engaging in sexual immorality as well, or allowing themselves to be influenced by bad companies or bad friends. It is good that we teach our children the red flags in all sorts of relationships, not just romantically, but also friendships as well, because we are living in the last days, and nowadays it's very almost impossible to find people to be friending with or to have as boyfriend or girlfriend, or even potential spouses, future spouses. We should teach them the red flags, as they are mentioned in the Bible all over, of the signs of the wicked ones, and so that they can be aware of and not be engaging with such people. I go to the extent of searching online and learning online about psychology, and I love these areas. I've always loved it, and it's very helpful in understanding more and more about how to deal with people and to see and perceive the red flags, because unfortunately people can be very deceiving. They pretend to be good and good intentioned, but unfortunately, especially for us as children of the Most High, we tend to be the target of wicked people, to be taken advantage of, to be abused, and so we need to be very careful. And it's no different when it comes to, in regards to our children, and keeping them safe and avoiding catastrophes in their lives or disappointments in their lives in regards to wicked people that might enter their life, and to be able to discern the red flags as soon as, because they don't get to learn these things in high school or college. They learn in college about sexual life and sexual interaction, which this, in my opinion, shouldn't be the primary issues that they should be learning in school, but more so in regards to how to recognize, certain people. It's way more important than learning about the sexuality, the sexuality, and making them more curious and more interested in that area. And this is why they be engaging in immorality in very young age as well. Okay, so my dear brethren, I pray that this video have helped you or anyone in your family. This is not just in regards to, these videos are not just in regards to parents, it's also in regards to teenagers themselves, if they're watching these videos, or young adults, anyone, because Unfortunately, if we don't come from homes that from good homes, sometimes we may have ourselves engaged in these issues, bad companies, and done bad things due to not having people to talk to, or a close relationship with our own parents that we couldn't having them as counselors or feeling comfortable enough to talk or speak to them. But it is important that we, the brethren, if we have children, to be comfortable to talk to them and having no issues to do with taboo, because if we don't speak to them, they might get information in wrong people, which make them engage in the wrong ways. So it is better that we feel, comfortable to talk to our children in regards to all these things, okay? And also the teenagers as well. Remember to respect your parents, okay? And try to speak in a mature way, making them understand that you are becoming soon an adult, and that there are issues that both have to feel comfortable to talk to. You need to understand where each other's come from, because sometimes your parents might not have had the right upbringing themselves or felt comfortable to speak with their own parents. So it is important that we understand the importance of diplomacy in these issues, so that the families can engage in the best way possible and come to absolute harmony, especially and more so in these times of pandemic, where we have to spend more times with our family members due to lockdowns being imposed. So my dear brethren, I pray that you appreciate this video and have a blessed weekend. May God bless you and your loved ones in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. Bye-bye.